Hello, sales fellows. Fastest way to learn sales, videocast number 9. Welcome to the show, guys and girls. I'm your host, Saqib Irfan. And let's begin. As usual, first thing, motivational quote first so that our motivation level goes higher, followed by the main content of the show. And today's quote that I'm sharing with you is by Johann Wolfgang, a German writer and a statesman. And he says, "Tell me who you associate with, and I will tell you who you are." Let's rewind and digest. Tell me who you associate with, and I will tell you who you are. So what Johann is trying to say is the good old age thing that we've heard in our childhood. A person is known by the company he keeps. A person is known by the company he keeps, because you're going to get influenced by other people. You're going to get influenced by the environment. And that is the step number 8 of building healthy self-image out of 15 that we're going to discuss today. Your associates, your environment, the people you deal with. What kind of impact do they have on your life? And what options do you have? So first thing first, when we were a child, when we were growing up as a child, we were told, you're known by the company you keep. If you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, you're going to do the wrong thing. Everyone knows this. We all know this. So, for example, if someone like me starts hanging out with people who smoke, chances are that I'm going to end up having a smoke or two or indulge into that habit. Same thing if they have the bad habit of profanity, for example, right? I'm going to follow suit, and my language will be, rather than English is such a beautiful language, but we only can use basically one or two words, right? Which one the most common ones are. I don't want to repeat that here, but that's all we will use at the end of every sentence. Man, how was your day? Oh, good. How was your day? Oh, good. Doesn't matter if it's a good day or a bad day, that word remains there. And that's the profanity that I'm talking about, which comes by hanging out with that crowd, because you're going to start using that. Same thing with smoking, alcohol, anything in life you'll pick up is basically about what type of people you hang out with. Let's take a positive spin to it, and on the other brighter side, let's say you have someone who actually works out and goes to the gym or does anything for his health, healthy eating, any good habit. You will learn about that habit. You would actually start following that habit, and that person will have an impact on you, an influence on you in that sense. So that's how important it is to find the right company. And I was reading this little thing that's going viral on Instagram, that you are the CEO of your own life. So you can hire people, fire people, and it's your own choice. So I recommend you do the same, right? And mutual understanding is what brings people together. If you have the similar understanding, that's how people hang out with. You'll see people hanging out, they usually have one common habit that is keeping them all intact. It could be a good one, it could be a bad one, it doesn't matter, but there's one common denominator among them, right? So keep that in mind. So I highly recommend you choose, once again, people that you hang out with super wisely, because that's going to make you who you are. From my own personal story, I tell you a little bit that I used to be over 220 pounds, close to that. I had one friend actually that took me on a long walk, and he gave me a small speech. Not a small speech now that I think of it, that you need. And his words were outstanding. He's like, if you say you don't have time today to work out and spend that an hour on your body, when you actually find yourself at risk of losing health, how would you find 4 hours, 3 hours, or 10 hours in a week to sit at the doctor's office? That's something to ponder, right? So keep your company clean. And another thing that I wanted to share with you is I firmly believe that if everyone in our beautiful country of Canada for 3 to 6 months do this job of sales job, any type of sales job, this country can become a better place. Because yes, there is some sort of a pressure in sales, but in sales there's confidence, there's recognition, and all good that come, because you feel good when you make sales. You're a people's person. You talk, you speak, you communicate all that knowledge, and then you have to stay positive. Your attitude has to be very positive. You have to organize yourself, and there's a lot of things as a salesperson that you have to do in order to become a successful salesperson. So if every lawyer, politician, police officer, anyone, doctor, engineer, any profession, any walk of life, do sales for 3 to 6 months in their entire life, this country can actually become greater. It's already a great country. Now, just hitting on that, no recognition. If your work is not recognizing you for your efforts, I recommend you go online, refresh your LinkedIn profile. There's lots of options for you, and make sure that you mark that you're currently looking. Nobody else would know, only recruiters would. So that, and the final piece to this whole step number 8 of building healthy self-image out of 15 is to avoid people who are negative. Okay, because somebody told me, and one negative person, when your mind keeps drawing to them all the time, you're not productive that day, because you are actually thinking of one small little comment someone made about you, and it just takes all your energy on that little thing rather than moving forward. Okay, so keep that in mind. And if you're hanging out with people who have no goals whatsoever, guess what you're going to have in 5 years? You'll have no goals. If you're hanging out with people who lie, guess what? You will be living that same life. And so on and so forth. So if you're a parent, salesperson, anyone, right? Just try to be the role model, right? Choose your people and make sure you choose the right one that motivate you, that bring the best out of you. They challenge you a little bit too. That's fine, and get you out of the comfort zone. And you will see the difference in your life in general. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll continue doing that. And I'll see you on the next one.